Hello and welcome back to Positively Sports Media. I'm Joe. This is my dear friend, the newly married, the expecting Zack Wagner.
Hello, hello, hello.
It is August 13th, 2026. The NFL season is 1 month away, just around the corner, and we are so happy to be back talking ball with my boy.
That's right. Yep, today we're going to kind of go over the projections for this next year, where we think the positions for the top, what would we say, like 20 or top like four
Top
tiers.
couple of tiers, the important players. We'll go over kind of the big names, big faces, new places.
Big faces, new places, rookies.
In my opinion, this is almost too early to be talking about this. So this is like we're building the bones. We're setting the stage. We're creating the framework for how we're going to view these players moving through the rest of the offseason here. 1 month to go. Preseason is just kicking off as we're speaking. And these will be, these are like opinions subject to change over the next several weeks, as I'll be talking about some guys I'm high on at this moment, but those guys could be on my shit list by the time September rolls around.
Yeah. We currently are using Fantasy Pros. This is not sponsored by Fantasy Pros. However,
hit us up if you want to sponsor us. Yeah,
hit us up. Let us know. But we're just kind of going to go through and make our edits, see where the players lie. But yeah, this is premature, so we're just.
But it's these are going to be more gut feelings, less backed by empirical evidence. We haven't really dug deep into the stats yet. There's not a ton of stats for some people or schedules, but it's kind of with an eye towards fantasy football this year.
Yeah.
And just in general, how the ball's going to roll. Ready to kick it off? Let's get into it.
Yeah. First up, we're going to do QBs.
Let's talk quarterbacks.
All right.
Okay, now, my world, as you well know, we've been playing fantasy ball together for many years. I don't think the quarterback is an important position in fantasy football to some extent. I think that there's a number between like 12 and 20 points that you need to get every week from the QB position. There's 32 of them out there playing. I think that running back is a much more difficult position, and I think that's where games are won and lost. I kind of feel the same way about like wide receiver 2, and then like flex. You got to get points from your flex players. But really the most important position in football, in fantasy football, is the running back. And having 2 or 3 or 4 running backs is the most important thing. So for quarterbacks, it's a big luxury. Every year there's maybe 2 to 4 luxury QBs who are actually worth a draft pick. And besides that, if you're not getting one of those guys in my world, you might as well just not pick one. The 11th guy is just as good as the 6th guy. And if you have a dude you love, but I've won fantasy football leagues. I've won with Geno Smith. I've won with Sam Darnold last year.
True.
Okay.
Off the waivers?
Off waivers or just last pick in the draft, 17th round, whatever it is, right? So that's my world in quarterback world.
Yeah, if you're banking on your quarterback to get you 40 points a game, you're probably not going to be winning. So, I think that's safe to say it. You want a solid quarterback that's going to put up at least like 15 points and consistently put up, in that 25 range. So
yeah, in this world though, as I'm at this in August, I'm looking at quarterbacks. I scroll right down this list. I don't really care about Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. Now Drake May, we got to remember, had that season last year where he was neck and neck for the MVP for most of the season, and he's a guy that typically I would say that's too young of a quarterback to be this high up this list. But they did just get reinforcements in A.J. Brown.
Yep.
And there's no reason to think he can't have another stellar year. But I do think this is a little bit of like excitement throwing him up in this top tier. And so even just for that reason, if I was, I have to go into the thing where it lets me edit my tier list. But I would probably move him out of tier 1. I'd say there's maybe only 2 quarterbacks in tier 1, and that's Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. Fair?
Fair.
So there we have it, now broken into tiers. I would personally take Drake May, and I'd just move him down there. No offense. I think he's still going to be great, but I think tier 1 is just 2 guys. Joe Burrow, Jaden Daniels, Jalen Hurts, Caleb Iffy. There's big talk out of Chicago that they're going to be the highest scoring offense of all time. You know, I remember the Dolphins were saying that a few years ago when they were cooking with Waddle and Hill and Tua. I'm not so sure. Justin Herbert, everyone loves Herbert, and this is now year 2 with the new coach, right? With Harbaugh there.
Mm-hmm. And Omarion Hampton should be healthy.
Yeah. I'm still not 100% sure that Herbert's ever going to be like a high-powered fantasy dude. I think he's super consistent, and I think he'll be more of a winning quarterback moving forward, but I don't think they're concerned. As a Harbaugh offense, you're never going to be concerned with getting numbers the way that, like, for instance, I will say, like, Caleb Williams with the Ben Johnson offense now, there will be some games where they're out there and they're like, let's go put up 1 million.
Yeah.
The Chargers' attitude's never going to be
the
that.
Lions,
Once
you
the
know?
Chargers are winning, they're going to run the ball and,
Yeah.
you know, so, like, that stylistically, I would stay away from Herbert, and someone like Caleb I would like a little bit. This third tier, any third and fourth tier QB, I think you can still win the league with Bo Nix, 100%. You can win the league with Patty Mahomes, who's incredibly underrated. And if you're walking away with Pat Mahomes as the 14th quarterback, or even like outside the top 10, you have stolen. You've committed a thievery. If
even Bo Nix, I mean,
Bo Nix, amazing.
he's great.
Jordan Love's going to be great. Baker always puts up points. Kyler Murray, I'm telling you right now, I'm probably drafting Kyler Murray. My QB room is probably Kyler Murray and Jordan Love or Baker Mayfield if they're not getting picked up already. And maybe even Malik Willis.
Maybe
Who knows?
I mean, you also have Sam Darnold on here at 23.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, this QB is the most disrespectful position. Like, where dudes can put up tons of points and they do every year. Sam Darnold can win you the league. Jordan Love can win you the league as long as they're not god awful.
Yeah, I think I'd almost trade like Patrick Mahomes for Drake May from 14 to 3, which is crazy.
But like, yeah, there's every chance that Pat Mahomes is the number 1 quarterback in the league. He's the best quarterback in football. He's the winningest dude on the planet right now.
Yep, he's just built different. And yeah, I know Drake May had a great season, but it was his first season. Our team's going to start to catch on to him. Also, his schedule.
They're not the sexiest team. They're just really not.
Yeah, the schedule was really good for him.
Yeah, they beat up on the Broncos without a quarterback, right, to get to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
So but hey, I know Drake May is amazing, and I like him a lot, and he's got a big body. He's got a lot of Josh Allen in him. You know, he's got every chance of being a dude, and if you take him, you're fine. You know, there's not like a bad choice. At QB, there's just too early when you can have someone else. So let's look at running backs.
Yeah.
Running backs, okay. The boys who got paid this year, right? Jahmyr Gibbs and Bijan Robinson got paid. Mm-hmm. John Taylor got paid. Did Achane got paid earlier in the offseason, right?
JT got paid last year. So
last week? No, he just extended.
He just did? Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I think it's interesting that they have Genty up here so high. Yeah, that's another one of those where last year I expected more from him, and
he didn't blow you away.
He didn't blow me away. I think, honestly, like Omarion Hampton, like for how much he played, I think
he had flashes of brilliance.
Yeah, he was great.
And you just sort of feel like, in that offense, the Chargers are going to want to have a number 1 running back who they're going to give the ball to 20 times a game. Mm-hmm. Love Omarion Hampton. I would say he's, at this point, I don't even like moving people around so much as saying, like, I'd give this guy a big thumbs up next to his name and a little thumbs down maybe next to Ashton Genty.
Yep.
In the tier list conversation, I do think I would move John Taylor up into this first tier.
I think so, too.
Just like we've seen this dude, like, how many times does he have to do it?
He's
a freak. He's in the top tier, number 1 tier running backs.
Yeah, and the team that they had last year is pretty much the same team that they're rolling with this year, so I can't imagine too much of a change-up.
I'm going to be honest, I would almost put James Cook up there, too.
I don't hate it.
He's kind of a freak. Like, dude. If you get one of these dudes as your running back, if you get 2 of them, you're going to win the league.
Yeah. Now, I mean, it's just tough.
Then, like Chase Brown catches a lot of balls. Achane's so good.
And there, without Waddle and without Tyreek Hill, like, he's just going to get the workload. Like
he's going to get the workload, but I just would say I worry about when I see a guy with his body type. He doesn't have the body type that I like. Where Omarion Hampton, who I'm going to move up here into this tier, has the body type I like. You know who else? Like a guy like Saquon,
Yeah.
Kenny
Derrick
Walker.
Henry, dude.
Derrick Henry down there is ridiculous.
It's crazy.
Having him next to a guy who's never taken a snap is so disrespectful.
Yeah.
It's so like, and God love Jeremiah Love, but like, if you don't, you got to temper that.
Yeah.
You can't risk it. It's not worth the risk here. It might be like, and let someone else take that risk. In fantasy, let someone else take the risk on the guy you don't know. And when we got a guy we do know, like Derrick Henry, Kenny Walker, Saquon, Hampton, I agree that we saw enough. Now, last year, right, famously, our buddy Karan drafted Omarion Hampton pretty early, like third round. And I told him that he was a big dumb idiot, and I was right. Because, like, rookie running backs, you can never predict. They're never going to get the whole workload the whole season, like a veteran will. And maybe they're going to have great moments and be a star, but that first season is for, like, flashes. Like Travion Henderson was so good last year, but, like, most games he was unplayable for the first 3 months of the season, I think, right?
Yeah. Same with Ashton Genty. I mean, yeah, like we said, like he had a lot of hype going into it, but just, it's his rookie season. He's got to learn the league.
Right.
This isn't college.
Now, then you have a guy over here like Jadarian Price, who I believe was the other guy, yes, at Notre Dame. So Jeremiah Love and Jadarian Price were the two running backs from Notre Dame. They were a killer combo, right? Mm-hmm. Price goes to Seattle, who lost Kenny Walker, and Charbonnet I don't think is going to be healthy for a couple of months. Yes, he's doing a great job in rehab, placed on the PUP list. Yeah, I mean, he's a stash. So, point being, the keys to the kingdom, the keys to the car, are in Jadarian Price's hands for the Seattle offense that will rely on a run game that has amazing home field advantage. I mean, that's one of the only times when like that matters is like in Seattle, where the stadium is so good and the crowd is so good and the vibe is so good that like, and the team is so good. I almost love Jadarian Price here.
And their defense is so good. Like, you have to remember that when you're drafting any running back is how good is that defense? Are they going to be up and are they going to hold that lead to have the running back just run the ball?
To get easy, short fields.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, sometimes a wide receiver on a bad team is good because they're always down and you're always throwing. Mm-hmm. I agree with you that in this case, like a Seattle Jadarian Price situation, yeah, they're so good that even if he doesn't have a great start, and that's kind of like Travion Henderson, like a young running back on a great team is going to be something to contend with. Now, here's a crazy name as we're looking at this. This jumps off at me. Bucky Irving is here at 20.
Bucky Irving.
And you know what that is? It's stupidity.
It's stupidity.
It's because he got hurt, and so people forgot about him a little bit. This dude flies off the tape, right?
Yeah.
This dude, so incredibly good. DeAndre Swift, so good. In my head, I'm scooting these guys up probably ahead of now Josh Jacobs. I don't have a ton of faith in him. I think he's been a little injury prone the last few years. I'm flying these boys up. DeAndre Swift caught so many passes last year.
Yep.
If you go back and look, I loved his receiving. 3 catches a game the first few weeks. 4, 5 catches.
All right.
Slowed down a little bit, but
we're getting pretty deep here. Now, one question I have, Joe, is for a stash, right? Now, let's say you're like, this is one of your last picks at RB. Who are you going with? Like, let's say anyone past.
Well, so I'll say I love if you have 3 running backs.
Tier 6.
If you have 3 running backs, you should be looking at backups for your guys, especially if there's a clear backup. Okay. Especially for your number 1 guy. Right. I think in Kansas, like, you got to do some research and figure that out. Who's going to be getting the ball if Chase Brown goes down? Because that's how Chase Brown got the ball, was I think a few years ago when, what's his name? Sad story. He's out of the league. Used to be the running back for the Bengals, and then he went to Houston last year. Oh,
I know exactly.
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know.
Put it in the comments.
Yeah, put it in the comments.
Shoot, we'll think of it. But, yeah, I mean, like, I'm looking at backups, so let's go down there.
Let's go like tier 6, around like tier 6, which would be like
Where are we at? 37 here. So like Rashad White's a great one. A dude we know can play in the league, and I think that makes him the top-rated Washington running back, right? It's him and Bill. Yeah,
no, he because they just got
these two. That's who they got.
really.
Yeah. So one of those two is going to be the starter.
Let's see.
They drafted Katron Allen from Penn State.
Yeah, it is those two.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of Stephon Diggs.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's Bill Krosky-Merritt and Rashad White. Now, in my world, I think Rashad White's the starter there, and Bill is the change of pace back.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I think that Rashad's the dude you give the ball to 20 times, and Bill's the dude you give the ball to 8 times in my frame of reference. So I would have Rashad on my bench, knowing that there's a good chance that he gets huge carries in another offense that's like,
But
we've seen them be really good, and then they were really bad last year, but he was hurt a lot. It was Jaden Daniels, so
there's some sleepers in this one though.
Totally.
Too. Like for me, I love like Blake Corum. Obviously, I think the Rams are good, but I think this is his year. You know, he was almost that double-headed back, last year. And then also scroll down a little bit, Isaiah Pacheco.
right, crazy,
he's
right?
at 50 down here.
In Detroit,
yeah, and
behind
then
Swifty, that's a great guy to get.
Alvin Kamara, he's
Going to be
at
behind
48.
ETN.
There's lots to eat, down low. So if
Blake
you're in a
Corum
deep
into his
league,
third season. He had 145 carries last year, almost 750 yards and 6 touchdowns. That's a good year for a second-year running back. He would need an injury to get all the targets, but I do like Blake Corum. I would not pick him above where he's at. I would wait for him. Don't reach for him personally.
yeah,
but
I would.
Then you even look at like Rico Dowell in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh running back has been an issue for me since Najee Harris stopped having great seasons there.
Dude.
Remember, Najee was there for 4 or 5 years and got 1,000 yards 5 years in a row, I think the rule was. Since then, it's been Jalen Warren. I don't know. I think Rico takes that starting job. I've never been a Jalen Warren believer. I think he's like a great third down back, a great guy to have on the team pass catching back, but he's not your ball carrier.
Yeah.
And I think they're starting to figure that out, and that's why they went and got Rico Dowdle, who was insane last year.
Yep. And he's done it on multiple teams. I remember him doing
1,000
it
yards rushing
on
last
Dallas.
year. Dallas, so
he
good.
was good on Dallas, and yeah,
I think Rico's an absolute steal there.
I think he's a steal.
I think he maybe is up here in front of a guy like Bashiel Tootin. Who
Yeah.
I'm not even sure. Is he the starting running back in Jacksonville? I think he must be. They have him starting. Chris Rodriguez is the only guy behind him. Jacksonville is a team I stay away from personally.
I stay away from. Yeah. You guys, if you've been watching this, you know how I feel about Jacksonville and Trevor Lawrence. And I mean,
we've had issues with Trev.
he gets something done sometimes, but yeah, not my favorite.
Right. Now, I'm curious. Is Judkins 22 years old? What a young man. He suffered an ankle and fibula fracture in week 16. Is he practicing? What's the Judkins report? Last year I was big on Judkins. That was a place where I gambled and won.
He missed all of the Browns training camp
As a rookie last year.
As a rookie, yep. All right.
How he's feeling after rehabbing his leg injury. That was 3 days ago. He looks like he's smiling, and he has headphones on in the video that we're looking at. So
Yeah, I mean, I feel good.
I feel the same, if not better. I had an offseason to prepare. I mean, he must be all right. Is he practicing? Judkins could be a guy. Is actively practicing.
Okay. Yeah, he's fine.
Okay, he broke his leg.
He said, I feel the same, if not better. So
That's great.
I would draft him.
Where am I? Oh, jeez.
Yeah. I think I would probably take him over, like a Cam Scattaboo. Yeah. I would put him top of the tier 4. I think is a good place for him.
Is where you would put who again?
Judkins.
Okay, yeah. Judkins, Dowell. I will say now, like just looking at this first peaks, there are guys down here in the 30s and 40s I'd love to have on my team.
That's what I'm saying. It's
you know what
deep.
I'm curious about? Let's look at wide
Yeah,
receivers.
let's go.
Okay, top tier wide receivers.
Carry on.
Jamar Chase, Puka Nacua, Jackson Smith and Jigba, and Amon-Ra St. Brown. I will say, Jackson Smith and Jigba and Amon-Ra St. Brown, two dudes who have very similar molds. They're prototypical slot receivers who are still deep downfield threats, but they get the ball a lot underneath. They're going to have a lot of games with 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 catches, right? Amon-Ra has saved me with like 11 catch games.
His fourth quarter madness is just so
march down the field.
He's
so fast. He creates separation so easily and quickly. And then these are two dudes who like protect themselves. They don't get hit a lot, right? Then you look at Puka Nacua, who's above them on this list. He is a big body receiver who goes across the middle and gets absolutely laid out all the time. He's in and out of the tent all the time. I love him. I don't like investing in such a risky body. That's how I look at Puka, and that's why I usually stay away from big body receivers being my number one guy. I want one of them little Tyler Lockett types that just gets out of danger, right? Doesn't take big hits. That's why I'm not a big Nico Collins, A.J. Brown, Drake London. I've seen all these dudes. I mean, Justin Jefferson is a good one that he doesn't take big hits. Mm-hmm. So on this list...
Yeah, I think...
for me, I move Puka down just a little bit, and I move Justin Jefferson up because he's shown the ability to have longevity.
Yeah, I think I would move Puka down too. Now, not really just because of him being injury prone, but I just feel like the Rams are going to be dominant this season, especially on defense. And like we said, that's a lot of mouths to feed, and I feel like they're just going to be up. And the defense is going to be holding it, and I think it's just going to be more of a running game season. Or Devontae Adams and the tight ends. I don't know if we're going to rely on Puka as much, but I could
There'll
be
be the weeks when they do, but there'll be more other weeks where they're going to play a little bit of
but like talking
cleaner, more
one,
dominant.
Like just to be completely
tier one,
honest,
meaning like these
Rams
are first
fan.
round picks. If now we're going through like running backs and wide receivers, we have 5 in the tier one there, 4 in the tier one here.
Would you
right
put CD up in tier 1? I mean, he's proven it as well, and he's also good as far as evading hard hits.
He takes big hits because he gets, but now with Pickens there, those sideline balls and those like, Pickens takes so much pressure off of CD. Yeah, exactly. And Pickens goes up and gets those balls and catches. Now, does that eat into touchdowns for CD a little bit? Probably. But I do think that Dallas has shown over the years with Prescott that they're one of the top passing offenses in terms of yards gained and touchdowns. They score a ton. They give up a ton. They move the ball. They don't care about running the ball.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think I do have CD up there in the first. Okay. I do think that there's a ton of great guys here, and then there's dudes that I just like more than others, and for different reasons. Like Nico Collins and A.J. Brown are two dudes where I just go like, they're amazing. I love to watch them. I cheer for them. I just don't want them on my team.
Yeah, you wouldn't put like a first or second draft
if they
pick
fall
on.
to me, I'm still looking around at like, is there any way I can not take these guys?
Yeah. Okay, with that being said, is there anyone from tier 3 that you think should be moved up to tier 2? Because there's a lot in tier 3, and I know there's quite a couple that you love and you have soft spots for. So
I will just say here, Rashee Rice, there's no reason he's not up.
Yeah. Well, I think they're saying that injury prone, him being injury prone, and I saw...
Well, he got his leg broke by Mahomes running into him, and he went to jail. I think Rashee Rice has shown... I think the Chiefs have shown that they will throw the ball to him as just over and over again to win games.
Yeah, he's the one guy.
And for that reason... I like him more than these other guys. He's got the best receiver in football next to him, or the best quarterback in football throwing it to him, I mean. So I do move Rashee up. I love Zay Flowers. I think that he's getting paid like a dude, Garrett Wilson too. Two dudes who just got paid.
Yeah.
Like they are the same as Jackson Smith and Jigba, C.D. Lamb, Amon-Ra St. Brown. So NFL executives think that Zay Flowers and Garrett Wilson are up in this top tier. Otherwise, they wouldn't be paying him that much. That's their fantasy,
Yeah.
is the real world, is how much they're paying these guys. And Zay Flowers and Garrett Wilson are talented enough. The question is situation. They've got Lamar, who's one of the best quarterbacks in football, but they're not a heavy passing offense. But no more Harbaugh. This is a brand new world in Baltimore.
true.
No one knows what's going to happen in Baltimore, Maryland.
And
no
the
one
Giants. Oh my goodness.
They got Old Bay seasoning. They're eating crab legs. No one knows what's going to happen in New York Giants football. The New York Giants used to be Eli Manning and winning Super Bowls and beating Tom Brady. The only people who beat Tom Brady consistently was the New York Giants. Unreal. Maybe that's coming back.
Maybe
The Jets are a poverty franchise. The Browns are a poverty franchise. There's no glory days. Neither the Browns or the Jets have had glory days since the 1960s. It's never happened. We've had like some years where it's not that bad, but like for the most part, it's just terrible for the last 65 years.
Yeah.
It's not going to get better. There are other teams that are terrible in like small chunks and then they get better. And that's the Giants.
The Giants. Absolutely.
Right? 2 Super Bowls in the decade preceding this.
Yeah, I think that they're trying to do a rebuild. I don't know.
And
With
they went
that
and
team,
got
it looks
Jackson
like
Dart. They have one of the best defenses on paper in football.
with all those, older guys, I think that they're trying to make this their year. Like
This is the
almost
year.
their all-in year where they could, they have so much depth,
I think they have a 3-year window.
but
It's like
yeah.
a 3-year window right now. They've got a ton of young dudes. They've got some veteran leadership.
Mm-hmm.
Jackson Dart. I mean, the core on offense is Dart, Neighbors, Scattaboo now.
Yep.
That's young. Those guys are all under 25, I think. Maybe
Yep.
Dart's a little older.
But now you got Darnell Mooney.
Darnell Mooney, how
got
great is that?
Baxton Berrios. Okay.
Yeah. Their depth
then-
chart is kind of wild. Their depth chart's a blast from the past.
Yeah.
Odell
OBJ.
Beckham, right?
Yeah. And who's their tight end? Is that Home or no?
It might be Helm. Gunnar Helm. But let's check real quick. Depth chart, Giants.
Yeah, but I
Oh,
would
tight end is Isaiah Likely. That's right. They went and got
that's
Isaiah
right.
Likely.
Isaiah Likely. So, yeah, I mean,
So Malik Neighbors, we'll see
It
about
will
his
take-
injury status. That's a dude. If you get him at this, is probably the right area for him. Is 14.
yeah, I
That's
like that.
a healthy amount of risk. Same with Zay Flowers, who's someone maybe in the past I would move up, and maybe in coming weeks I'll start to tick him up because I love him so much. But also Garrett Wilson, Ted McMillan. These are dudes who are superstar talents. Even Chris Olave, George Pickens, Devontae Smith, less Devontae Smith. The other guys, though, Pickens, Olave, Neighbors, Flowers, Wilson, McMillan, are superstar talents with less than superstar around them, or not in a situation to be getting the fantasy points that they probably should be.
Yeah, let's talk about one other superstar that
Totally.
doesn't get the glory.
Not yet, but he will.
Not yet. He got it some
fourth
last
tier.
year.
This fourth tier
Fourth
is
tier.
really interesting.
Yeah, this fourth tier almost.
This is why
rivals
receiver is the most important position,
tier
and this is
3.
why you got to look at this because there's a chance that this is almost not even tier 4.
Yeah,
There's a chance that like a ton of these guys are in tier 2. And you're talking about
Emeka.
Egbuka, who is a superstar. Ohio State wide receivers are superstars, and the problem is that there's 6 superstars on the Ohio State Buckeyes at all times. So you get to be like, Terry McLaurin's right down there,
Scary Terry.
right? Emeka Egbuka, Marvin Harrison Jr., who I don't even see on this list yet. There he is down there. I mean, that's ridiculous. This is why wide receiver is so like
DK,
they have Marvin
MPJ.
Harrison Jr. behind Parker Washington and Carnell Tate, Roma Dunze. Like that's insane.
And Jamison Williams. I mean, I love Jamison Williams, but
Brian Thomas
I think
Jr.
he's a little too high up on this list.
100%. So like all of these dudes, I love Emeka Egbuka. He could be a league winner. He was last year, a top 10 receiver. There's no reason that he's at 20 right now. Jalen Waddle at Denver. Oh my God, I can't pick him fast enough.
Yeah, I think he's going to
Get
do
it.
some great stuff. I know they still have Cortland Sutton, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Sutton just because
Sutton's getting older.
He's
We did
getting
this last
older,
year.
and
Last year I predicted his regression, and he regressed.
I've never drafted Sutton, but I know people that have, aka CP, and they really regret it. You know,
He finished last year the 13th best receiver in the league. That's crazy.
that is actually crazy.
Because he really seemed quiet all year.
He seemed quiet all year.
He limped
He
to
had a
1,000
couple,
yards.
but I
13
think
yards
he was
receptions,
so like hit or miss, right? Like I remember.
Well,
him-
18 points the first week and 23, 20. I mean, this
Yeah, but he
5-week stretch was really the only, and then another 4-week stretch here.
But he could actually put up 1 point or 2 points. That's not what you want as a fantasy owner. For your, what he was a number 2 wide receiver probably last year.
Yeah, it's kind of
to
wild.
put up 1 or 2 points.
But that's why they went and got Jalen Waddle. I
Yeah.
do think that Jalen Waddle will be number 1.
Yeah. And then I'm also kind of curious what your thoughts are on Devonta Smith being up at 13. I know he's the only wide receiver in Philly, but they just got Lemon, and I mean, they're Philly. They run the ball, and Jalen Hurts takes that. They do a bunch of weird stuff.
Yeah,
there.
I don't think that Devontae Smith, that you lose AJ Brown, and that doesn't impact Smith.
Yeah.
They're two dudes who play such different positions that they don't impact each other on the offense, except that if it is a defense that switches their number 1 cornerback to the number 1 receiver, which some defenses do and some defenses don't, you will now be having a better cornerback guarding Devontae Smith. The guy who used to be guarding AJ Brown will now be on Smith. Now, Malachi Lemon is a similar body type to what AJ Brown is. He's a little bit smaller, thinner, faster. AJ Brown is kind of a freak athletically, so big. But I do think that Lemon goes in to try to replace AJ Brown positionally, and Devontae Smith's job doesn't really change. So it's kind of like, let's see, where did he finish last year? I would expect him to have similar seasons to how he's been producing. They lean on him a lot. He was the 20th receiver last year, 27th the year before. His second year in Philly, he was the number 9 receiver, caught 1,200 yards.
Yeah.
On a lot of catches, but he's never even sniffed 95 catches since then.
Yeah. He's been.
So I don't love it, and I just think Devontae Smith's a hell of a receiver, but he's positionally in that offense, I don't like it. If you go down here, I just saw a name that flew off. I mean, Alec Pierce got paid $100 million. Maybe he's going to miss a week or two, right? Maybe he's going to miss 3 weeks. He's going to come in and be the number 1 receiver in Indianapolis with a damn good quarterback in Daniel Jones. I know he's a meme, but he showed last year he's a damn good quarterback. Great coaching staff in Steichen. I'm taking Alec Pierce.
JT. They have a great defense too.
I'm taking Alec Pierce way up here by DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't hate that. Not at all. And then, just out of curiosity, are you touching any of the San Fran boys, or are you staying clear of them? I mean, they've got Mike Evans, Deebo Samuel.
Yeah, I'm not thrilled on it. I think that my favorite San Francisco that I've seen in a couple of years, Brock Purdy, I know is a great quarterback, and I know that there's a lot to like. I just personally, I don't see him as like a sexy or like a long-term winning quarterback, and I loved him when they had Mac Jones. I think Mac Jones is almost a better quarterback in that offense than Purdy is. I think Purdy's going to come in and kind of be a bit of a dud. And I think that Mike Evans is not a great guy to go. You don't go and trade for a 32-year-old receiver coming off an injury. I don't know.
Unless you have Baker Mayfield thrown to him. I mean,
Yeah,
or
like-
like a Matthew Stafford, someone who
But like
airs it
Baker,
out
like
and-
we already did that. Like
Yeah.
we got to the end of that, and like the end of it came and went. It's over.
Yeah, I think that's over.
You're getting a kind of a washed up. All love and Mike's the best, but
Yeah.
he's kind of washed up.
I think that whole team is it scares me. And
Yeah,
I know
I
a
don't.
lot of 49er fans that it scares them too.
It's all the same old core that they've had with a few new additions, and like Mike Evans is not a shiny new jewel to put on that crown.
No, it doesn't seem like they're making the moves that they want to win the Super Bowl this year, but rather not, become last in the division.
Could be.
And then what are your thoughts on Cleveland? I know obviously Cleveland is Cleveland, but do you have any hopes with their KC
KC Concepcion.
Concepcion?
Okay, Casey, super fast, really great receiver. I think that he's not the problem. It's just that the Browns have shown over the last couple of years they don't have the ability to develop. One, because the quarterback position is such a mess, but two, just like they've drafted some really great receivers. Cedric Tillman, they drafted out of Alabama. I think he was an SEC receiver. I saw him in the SEC. In college, he looked amazing, and they just kind of like come to Cleveland and like what? You're only as good as the ball's getting thrown to you. You've got Deshaun Watson, Shadur Sanders, and Dylan Gabriel. It's like it's nothing against them. Denzel Boston's going to be really good too. Like Jerry Jeudy, they've shown that they can be good. I love all of those receivers for the Browns. I think if you put them on a different team, we would think that they were amazing receivers. I think if you had, for instance, these guys were in Miami and suddenly have Malik Willis thrown to them, and that's like our starting point, they would be much better off. But instead we have Deshaun Watson. It's going to be bad. There's going to be a bad offense. And maybe Casey Concepcion will have some good games. Harold Fannon's a really good player. Like the Browns have a lot of really good players, but none of that matters if the coach is not great and the quarterback's not great.
Do you think it comes down to play calling or offensive?
It comes down
line?
to ownership. The ownership.
Ownership, yeah.
I'm not afraid to say that. I know I'm not allowed to say that, but the ownership's terrible, so they hire the wrong dudes. Like they had one of the best coaches in football. First of all, they had one of the best head coaches in football, Kevin Stefanski, and they fired him for no good reason because despite how great he was, they were losing, so they fire him. It's like you get rid of the wrong guy. If you own a business and you're trying to operate and you have an issue, you can always like have a scapegoat of like the guy who's the second guy in charge that you can fire him, but that's not going to like fix the issue. The issue is not Kevin Stefanski. Then they have an amazing defensive coach who had an amazing defense with Myles Garrett, and for years the Browns defense, AFC North defense has been great. Instead of hiring him as the coach, they hire an outsider, and that alienates the franchise. It alienates the locker room. The training camp vibes are going to be bad. I've been there. I can tell you. Like the vibes are just, they know right now the Browns are waking up in the morning, going to work, going to practice on a hot field in Brea, Ohio, and they're like, we're going to suck this year. We suck right now. We're going to suck later. We don't have a quarterback. It's all going to suck. They'll say nice shit, but like teams know. The Seahawks and the Rams right now are going to practice, and they're like, oh, we're building towards maybe winning a Super Bowl, and they're counting down the days to like doing good shit. And the Browns are just counting down the days to like, this is going to suck. This is going to suck. They hate their lives.
Yeah, they're waiting for that transition to come.
Yeah, and it won't. And like, if it doesn't go well, they'll fire the coach and they'll fire the GM, and the owners will pick more people who are terrible at their jobs.
Yeah.
God bless.
Yeah, kind of what we've seen.
It's the same thing as the Jets.
The Jets. And
the same thing as the
for
Jets.
a little bit, the Giants.
Arizona Cardinals have issues. The Panthers have issues. You know, there's degrees of it. The Raiders, right? Like some teams will never be able to get out of their own way. And that's just as simple as that. So
with that being said, those are teams that you're going to stay away from, correct?
Yeah, maybe in the middle of the season, some dude will pop out and you'll look at them on waiver wire, you know. But for the most part, yeah, you stay so far away from them.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm shocked that Flacco.
But think about like this.
Go. I mean, I felt like he looked the best there.
Yeah, with the Browns,
in the last
5
years. I was like, why wouldn't you make him your quarterback?
Yeah.
But they've got that Deshaun Watson complex.
Well, they spent all the money already, so it's over now. It's like they made that decision. They made their current quarterback decision years ago, and now they're paying it back. So, you know, but like sometimes a team has bad ownership. I'll say, for example, the Jaguars, right? It's bad ownership. He's not focused on the team. But sometimes you're so bad, you get the number one pick and you get a dude like Trevor Lawrence who's so good, and they had Doug Peterson there for a couple of years, and like it all kind of melded together and it worked, and they actually built something. The problem is when you have bad ownership, it's not sustainable, and then so like that's why the Jaguars are so up and down, because they get in their own way, and the bad teams just can't stop getting in their own way, and that's why Browns, Cardinals, Panthers, Jaguars, Raiders, Bengals, they can have moments where they look good, but they will very quickly screw it up for themselves because they start to be like, they're not used to success. They don't know what to do or how to sustain it.
Yeah.
Teams like the Patriots, I think, the Buccaneers, the Rams, the Seahawks, the Chiefs, the Broncos, the Steelers, the Ravens have great organizations, great foundations. And so like the time between them going from being bad to being good is much shorter, and they will be good and can sustain being good. Yeah. That's the biggest thing in football, the most important thing. Like New Orleans Saints. I don't even know who the owner of the Saints is, but I know that they're terrible. Falcons, Arthur Blank.
Yeah.
Terrible. Can't stop tinkering, can't stop playing with it, can't hire people and trust them.
Yeah. Yep. And I think that's just something that we see all over the league. And it just shows you, how much it is for that organization to actually build like a good culture that people buy into and players believe in. And we see it all over the league. So,
and then maintaining it. And then you gotta, you plant the seeds, you get the sprout, and then you gotta water the plant every day. Mm-hmm. That's what football's all about. Mm-hmm. Boy, so don't you love it?
Good old Jerry Jones.
Jerry Jones and Cowboys. That's an example of it's too much about him and it's not about the football. And I know he wants to. I don't doubt how much Jerry Jones loves Dallas Cowboys football, but I don't know if he's the guy to get it done. You got to step back. The great ones step back. The Rooney family in Pittsburgh, they said Mike Tomlin's our guy, and they gave him 20 years. Now they have Mike McCarthy there. I think he's going to be there for 10 years. There's no way he's not.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think as a player, you don't want to go into the locker room and see the owner. I think it devalues the owner too. I think it would be kind of weird if you're a player and you're, directly correlating and talking with the owner. I feel like,
or if the owner's involved in the day-to-day operations, that's a bad sign.
It's a bad sign.
Well, I think we've covered quite a bit here.
Okay. I think so too. I think takeaways is there's lots and lots of depth at the running back and wide receiver and quarterback position. So
there are a lot of diamonds in the rough.
There's a lot of diamonds in the rough. Yeah. So hit the waivers hard this year and
draft smart.
Draft a team, running backs with a good defense and wide receivers with a bad defense possibly. And
that's a good thing to stick
with
about.
Teams that are going to be good and
teams that are good win football games. Teams that win football games score points. Teams that score points give you fantasy points. It's pretty easy.
Pretty easy.
All right, my beautiful people. We will be back early and often this year talking ball. If you have any ideas for types of videos we should do, let us know.
Yeah, maybe a blitz ball.
Maybe we're going to record us playing some blitz ball soon. Maybe we'll go out and play some golf and film a couple of holes. We're going to try to get us out and about a little bit.
Yeah. Maybe stream a little bit.
Could definitely stream.
We'll see what this year has in store.
All right, my friend.
All right.
Beautiful stuff.
Beautiful stuff.